Hey everybody, welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. It's your boy Sachin, and huge 3 points as we push on to Europe, hopefully. Everton 2, Leicester City 1, and Richarlison and Sigurdsson were the two scorers, and we got our first PK. And I thought I wouldn't like this football post-lockdown, and I really don't, but it's nice to be winning matches if we are going to be playing. But let's get right into it. Started with the lineup. Carlos shows some awareness. No one is undroppable, as was under the previous regime. Sigurdsson and Gordon come back in. Happy with both those changes. Smart not to drop Keane, who's probably our man of the match today for Mina, but lineup was pretty sound. No complaints there. And straight into it, you could see that Everton were up for it. Richarlison was highly motivated. He's usually up for the big matches. One of the few who doesn't shy away from the spotlight. His goal was outstanding. 13 minutes in, it was or 10 minutes in. What a flick on from Dean. Gordon, perfect first touch. He was my second man of the match. Shout out for man of the match, but I give it to Keno. And then great cutback and Richie. Bang! I didn't know. At first, I thought I wasn't in because of the sounds. Like, wait, how did that go? Did that go off the post? Did the 2D deceive me? But no, never a doubt. And then a few minutes later, first penalty of the year. Commentary was dreadful. At least Carragher said that it was a PK, but the NBC Sports, I had to switch off of it. They said, "Oh, how's that a PK?" Just the bias. The bias is so dreadful. And Dom probably should have had a PK, but a few minutes later when he goes under, may have been a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge from Soyuncu, but if that's Vardy on the other end, that's probably given as a PK. So we got one, maybe should have had two, but the first half was really solid. You like the tactical awareness Carlos shown. You really can show that he knows how to organize a team. And the pre-match comments from Davies, I read that Carlo doesn't ask them to do anything they haven't practiced, which is also, I think, unlike some other previous regimes, or they may have practiced it, but they still didn't have a clue what was going on, because you saw how Iwobi, really good match today as well. I think him and Coleman were really solid on the right, but it'd probably be not as well sung in the press compared to Gordon and Dean, Dean was back to his best. I thought Gordon, outstanding. He's only going to get better. He gets more minutes. Really, he talked about after the Liverpool match how it's just half a second quicker than he's used to, and he needs that little bit of impetus. And I think today he had that. He was brilliant, great assist. Dean didn't make a mistake and was actually pretty good in possession, I think. So that was a positive. Really, no bad performers in the first half, to be honest. In the second half, that was a tale of two halves, but that was a classic Everton turn of events. Bad clearance by Mason. First mistake he's made since the restart. Goes right off Kelechi's head into the back of the net. Unlucky. But we showed a lot of resolve and mettle to really hold in there and dig deep. Keane saved Pickford. What if that interest from Chelsea is serious? Then you really have to think about bidding him off, because I can't take this week in and week out. Just one mistake, and that was a couple inches from crossing the line. So, yeah, 2-2, we do lose that game. I do think they get the second goal off a mistake like that. We give up that third 5 minutes later to Vardy for his 100th. But thankfully, Keane, brilliant, clear. And then Carlo shows his tactical awareness once more. I shouted it out last match about how good it was, and today, that's why I saw on Twitter when he brought on Mina for Iwobi that oh no, we can't do this. But the fact that Davies said that we've worked on it, he doesn't try things we haven't worked on, and the players all know their role, which I think is very clear to see now. I didn't have any doubts. And Mina, fair play to him, looked pretty good. He had one instance where I think it was Mason was telling him to play back to keeper, and he said in classic Ieri form, said no thanks, and did a little skill move, and we were back pushing in the Leicester half, which I thoroughly enjoy, as long as it doesn't lead to a bad giveaway. But the subs, Bernard, spot on. I thought he was pretty bright, and then my guy Tom Davies cruising around Goodison Park for all the Dars out there. Looked really sublime when he came on. I enjoyed that. He's really a different player when you don't ask him to be a ball winner. If you ask him to be a ball winner, I think you don't get the best out of him. You want him as almost a a right center mid that's more not box to box, but more of an attacking player because I do think he is quality with the ball. Just out of possession, he gets exposed because Gomez played pretty well. I thought also once he switched to the back five. I thought before then he kind of was off the pace. But the main thing I want to shout out about this match was Richarlison. I thought he got the goal, but underrated performance from him because I was worried when we saw the lineup, the fact that they have Ndidi and then they had a couple more midfielders. I think it was Pratt and Tielemans were the starters. And I was worried about Ndidi just running the show from that deeper position because he's quality in my opinion, second best defensive mid after Conte. But Richarlison was a dog in midfield today. He was sprinting to get back, always with the tactical and positioning awareness out of Dom and Richie amazes me because they both are so good at knowing when to press and they both feed off each other. There's not really wasted movement. And then Richie was perfectly positioned to be able to close Ndidi down quickly, and it really, really bothered them. I didn't think they had any good possession in the first half. And then second half, they get that fluke goal. Richie goes off hurt. Thankfully, it's only a little knock and he'll be fine. But that's when the tide turned. And I think that Richie is a huge part of that. And we all know his defensive contribution, but his positional awareness was really excellent today. And then Dom also running the channels was immense once we switched to him as a lone striker up there. He was probably knackered at the end, but I thought those two were really immense. I thought it was a pretty complete performance. And now that we play Spurs on the 6th, so that's Monday, and hopefully, Spurs, they're there for the taking now that we've gotten 7 points from our first 9 with Leicester and Liverpool amongst the two. And so if we're serious about Europe, we need to take the 3 points at Spurs. And I honestly think it can be done. Richie back, motivated. And hopefully the boys are up for it to give Son a little redemption and payback and, go down the new Scheidhart lane and get it done. But I'm just chuffed about the 3 points today. Massive performance. Gordon must start on Monday again. Don't change it. Up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong. Let's go, lads.